OPPT Courtesy Notice, a point-by-point review, Part 1. The OPPT promotes the use of Courtesy Notice CN amongst its followers. The stated purpose of the CN is to politely and powerfully notify all alleged corporate agents who seek to interact with us of the foreclosures of the world's corporations, including all banks and corporate governments, and subsequent capacity in which recipients act upon receipt of this notice, namely as individuals with full liability for their actions. For those considering the use of a CN and are looking for second opinion, we have conducted an unbiased, unemotional, and objective analysis of the CN in several parts. All the information presented is transparent, and you are free to check the legal definitions yourself. The article is presented for information purposes only and should not be construed as legal advice. Please always seek your own legal advice in regards to legal documents that you are considering signing. Further, this review should not be construed as an attack on the document. It is simply an unbiased, unemotional analysis of the material to enable you to make your own mind. The first and foremost thing to understand about the CN is the legal document that defines rights, duties, entitlements, and liabilities, no differently to any other contract, will, deed, promissory note, or share certificate. This should be no secret, as OPPT also tells you this in their Courtesy Notice guideline document. Now, let's have a look at the details point by point. Any text in bold and italics is from the Courtesy Notice, while normal text is my commentary. The personal details of the respondent and the proponent are in separate boxes. A name inserted with a box is specific to corporate identities. Respondent means the party against whom an appeal is taken. In other words, the person that is being sent the CN, the proponent, which is you. The person sending the CN means a person who puts forward the contract for consideration or acceptance. In other words, if you're offering this document to another person, you are offering to enter into a legal contract with that person. The respondent is accepting it as an appeal, which means that you are prepared for this matter to go to a higher authority and have the matter dealt with in a court of law. Unlimited personal liability arising from foreclosure of all banks, all corporate governments, and all other corporations by UCC filing of the One People's Public Trust, also known as OPPT. This statement places personal accountability on you for any action that may occur because of the termination of another entity's rights to property by OPPT. In other words, you are personally liable if the wronged entity decides to seek satisfaction, which could include going after your own personal assets. These entities include banks, corporations, governments. This statement clearly establishes that by signing this CN and using it, not only has the power of another entity over yourself and your assets been removed, but you have accepted that your personal corporate powers, including any legitimate contract you hold, have been removed, and you are now under the control of OPPT. duly verified declaration of facts. This makes the statement that you are legally and through a witness of your signature agreeing to this document and everything that may occur to you because of that agreement. I am the sole lawful and legal registered owner, custodian and trustee of my being, and all creations therefrom and property thereof. This paragraph states that you are making your oath of ownership to contract to opt. Registered means entered into public registry. Enrolled, formally recorded, filed, being. In all caps is the dictionary definition of bill of exchange. The ings turns into doing word. Creations refers to the act of making something that has not been made before, the making of a new life. In other words, in this oath you are establishing everything you are giving into the contract, past, present and future. This includes the following: your jure de rights, your nationality, which includes your standing and your inherent rights as a claim to God. Your de facto rights as provided by government. Any item you have registered under your legal title, anything you own, anything you hold custody of, especially your children, anything you are a trustee for, your will and assets on behalf of your children, your one share and one vote in your constitutional structure of government, yourself as an asset of value, collateral, creations that emanate from your body and mind, including children, your DNA and your thoughts, your property of any kind and form that exists because of your body and mind, and property you now hold, and any property you may hold in the future. UCC Doc, file number 2012127810, 2012127854. These are all files restated and incorporated here by reference as it's set forth in full. Original notice of declaration of facts by public registration made and given by the One People's Public Trust, hereafter OP. Why does it say these filings are restated? My legal dictionary indicates that a restatement is a specific formal formatted documentation that is not binding on a court unless it has been officially adopted as the law by the jurisdiction's highest court. The UCC documents are established as the documents of a corporation, the being the opt in the CN through the reference to the declaration of facts. So anyone planning to use the CN would be very wise to have read and absorbed all the details of the declaration and any and all other documents that relate or are involved in it prior to using the CN in any way. The CN effectively creates a contract between you and OPT Corporation. I have and do knowingly, willingly, attentionally adopt, reconfirm and ratify said declaration of facts as my own duly verified due declaration of facts. Non pro tunc praeterea praeterea, unrebutted as a matter of law, as a matter of fact and a matter of public policy, hereafter proponent. This is a clear oath of acceptance, freely and willing entered into with full knowledge of the outcome and giving formal approval. It is interesting to note the use of the word ratify. That is a legal term specific to treaties. It indicates that one sovereign is agreeing to contract with another sovereign. In international law, the final establishment of consent by the parties to a treaty to be bound by its usual include the exchange or deposits of instruments of ratification. The treaty being enacted is a declaration of facts, which is unknown in its implications, still to be analysed. However, you are not claiming it for your own use, and you have verified that with a witness making it an enforceable legal instrument over you. Non pro tonque praeterea. Loosely translated means now for then, thereafter, and further. In other words, you are binding yourself to the declaration through treaty for the past, the present, and the future. Now read this closely. That means you are agreeing that this treaty can never be undone. You and your children are bound forever. You are accepting that the filings have not been rebutted in a court of law under any facts or as a matter relevant to the whole of society. And from now on, you have legally adopted the role of the proponent. This conclusion is that this document is a treaty between yourself as a sovereign, corporate, legal, equitable person and an organization of undisclosed political and international ramifications, wherein you give yourself and your personal property and rights, both past, present and future, as outlined above, to the organization forever. Think about the implications of that. Author John Charles OPPT Truth.